Welcome to the League of Theories, school for exceptional youngsters, a safe haven for all the nerdy and those who wish to plagiarize the X-Men. We are a group of remarkable people whose vast imaginations are matched only by their ignorance of the real world and disregard for common sense. And this is our story. We even have a Facebook page. Day 16 in Tristan's house. And AJ is worried about the television.
Where is the remote?
You won't need it.
What do you mean? In what world could you possibly not need to control and organise the television in your general surroundings? I mean, why?
It's already tuned to Dave. Everything else is on the internet.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll just make myself comfortable.
You need to leave.
Fortunately, AJ was prepared. With the speed and skill of a bandit from a spaghetti western, he struck. This time, he had a cup of tea ready. But he was not in a spaghetti western. Those listeners of a nervous disposition may relax once more. Internally, he was thinking of the day that would come when he wouldn't be early and with his grey.
Excuse me, but that is very irritating. Who gave you permission to narrate my thoughts?
I'm professionally qualified in the London School of Economics as an auditor with specialism in discussion and debate. Graduated with a 2-1.
Huh?
He's a nosy busybody.
Oh.
No one's going to get that joke, are they?
No.
Don't look at me like I don't write this.
Oh, that's me. I thought it was quite good, really.
Shall we just move on?
Yes.
Yes. I can't do two voices at once.
AJ realised he needed leverage, so he put a stick above a block of stone, but despite his gaming experience, this did not create a lever.
No.
Therefore he resorted to plan B2C, subsection 46.
I have a lot of plans. They need to be that complicated with labels. If I am able to stay, I must find out Tristan's darkest secrets, so he can't afford to let me leave. I have to investigate what's really upstairs. That room he claims is filled with pigeons.
You do realise I heard all of that. We record in the same room.
It's radio, you nit. Pretend. It's called exposition.
So it was that AJ began to sneak.
Pretended to sneak.
Yes, thank you. Up to the attic when he suddenly...
The pretend attic.
Are you going to do this the entire time?
Yes.
At that point, the narrator got out a large plank of wood and proceeded to take advantage of the closed space of the recording studio to violate safety code 311, all over Tristan's face.
Ah!
Oh.
Right. When suddenly he felt a hand on his shoulder, it was Tristan.
How did you catch me here?
I pretended to see you. Really, I just overheard you across the studio. He's glaring at me. Better behave. I saw you sneaking here.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
He doesn't have a lifeline.
He doesn't have a life, full stop. I've seen his Facebook updates.
Pipe down, or so help me, I'll have to violate safety code 311 all over your faces again.
Oh, you're already breaking the fourth wall. There isn't much more you can do.
I object to that assertion. We are professional amateurs.
I don't believe that for a second.
It's true. We can maintain the fourth wall.
You clearly can't.
Prove it!
Well, you're doing both our voices. You're arguing with yourself.
What's worse is you wrote your own lines.
Yeah, but he's the only one that broke the fourth wall.
Yes, but I'm being played by you, reading the lines you wrote me, pretending that this character wrote them. Clearly, therefore, you're either not professional or a raging egotist.
And, with that, all logic and common sense vanish in a puff of nonsense.
Glad we got that over. Can I lie down for a bit? That was confusing.
Of course, I'll just talk to myself for a bit.
We could get back to the plot rather than auditioning for drama schools across the land.
Okay, where were we? Oh yes, the door. You don't want to go in there, AJ. There are some things people are not supposed to know. Once you know them, you can never go back.
I'll take that risk. Oh. So when you said pigeons, you actually meant pigeons?
Well, yes. What were you hoping for?
I don't know, something more serious and sinister. The way you said pigeons when I first arrived, you know, like pigeons, it sounded like you were hiding some kind of evil plan.
Why on earth would you think that?
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I'm going to jump to irrational conclusions.
You weren't that far off, really. Those pigeons are far more sinister than anything I could ever think of.
Pigeons?
Yes.
Sinister?
Yep,
Sinister plotting pigeons?
they'll be the death of us, you mark my words.
Sinister murderous plotting pigeons of murderous deathly murder?
I think you may have missed out on murderers there somewhere.
And I thought I was the crazy one.
Why are we shouting?
Well, in editing, we're going to have to put in the sound of pigeons flapping about the place.
We have the budget for that?
Not much longer. Shall we step outside?
But then wouldn't the mic pick us up? Why don't we just ask the sound man to turn it off now?
That's probably not a bad idea. Oh, that's much better.
How do you know? He hasn't done anything with it yet.
Just pretend for the plot.
See what I mean?
Pipe down, you.
But anyway, it's not just pigeons. Birds are evil. Why do you think I posted all those hieroglyphic pictures on the Facebook page?
You liked hieroglyphs?
Birds feature heavily in hieroglyphs. Who do you think decided that? The birds have been manipulating us for centuries upon centuries. They are evil, and I don't want to wait for what they have in store for us.
So basically, the only reason you didn't want us to use any of the upstairs rooms was because of pigeons in the attic.
I'm not going to wait for them to fly me away in my sleep. If I keep the doors shut up there, they can never exact their feathers and vengeance upon me.
You can't. Just play me some inspiring music. I've got this. You can't spend your life hiding down here in fear. We need to go out there and confront those pigeons. Reclaim what is rightfully yours and realistically mine. Are you going to hide from those pigeons? Or are you going to show them who's boss?
Not just now, thanks.
I said, are you going to hide away or confront them like a man? Or your nearest equivalent?
You know what? You're right. Let's do this.
Now you're talking!
With renewed passion and vigour, AJ and Tristan set about themselves to acquire such weapons as were available in the studio without disturbing the recording setup. As such, their pigeon-killing arsenal consisted of one umbrella, one toilet plunger, one small unburnt incense stick, 24 grand pianos, and one medieval flail. With fire in their hearts, they quickly took a heartburn tablet for a romantic meal out, then turned once again to the pigeon attic. They mounted the stairs with rising tension, sweat pouring out of every orifice, like some kind of nervous eel. Fingers gripping their assorted implements of pigeon destruction, Tristan placed his hand against the door and flung it open. Then suddenly...
What?
nothing happened.
But where did they go?
But it did happen suddenly, mind you.
Well, that was an anticlimax.
Where did they all go?
I don't know, do I? They've all left, haven't they? Problem solved.
No, this is not problem solved. This is about the complete opposite of solved.
Some fantastic English on display there.
Calm down.
Of all the possible states the problem could be in, solved is about the least possible situation that it could be in.
You were worried about the pigeons in the roof. Well, they are gone now.
Exactly. Where are they now? We didn't get rid of them. You have released them into the wider world. Who knows what havoc they will wreak upon mankind? And it is all your fault!
You're overreacting, and in fact overacting far too much. They're just birds. I think you need to calm down. With a cup of tea, come on.
Then, just as you thought, the episode had ended. AJ and Tristan took an impromptu trip to Scotland where...
Wait. Scotland, we only have a few minutes left of the programme. How are we supposed to get there in that time?
We'll fly, of course.
I can't afford that.
Then we'll hitchhike.
Anything for the sake of the plot, eh?
Yes. And look, here comes a passing sock merchant's horse and cart.
Hello there, folks. I'm guessing you'll be wanting a lift then.
How did you know?
I heard you on the radio.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Can you take us to Scotland?
Climb in.
What you just heard was the sound of a horse and cart flying to Scotland for no reason immediately relevant to the plot. However, as we have a very small studio space in which to record, we could not fit a horse and cart in to record such sounds. Therefore, we have substituted in the work of our resident impressionist and goldfish, Mr. Bubbles.
Well, I don't like that one bit. Not one bit.
The whole concept of flying a horse and cart to Scotland is quite preposterous.
They're not built for such a long-distance journey. The furthest they could get, I expect, would be Lincoln.
Now, if it were a couple of oxen there, that would be plausible, but this is just outrageous.
I'm going to write a letter to the Queen about this.
I shall send a telegraph to my local corner shop, I tell you.
I shall do the same.
There's a reason I got my cardboard over here, and it's not to listen to nonsense like this.
I quite agree, and I got my knighthood.
Oh,
To stop
this
nonsense
is
like
all-
this.
This is all a
Nonsense,
absolutely
absolute rubbish.
disruption. A great disruption to our great nation.
Even as they penned out their complaints, our heroes found themselves in Scotland, which looks surprisingly like our studio in England.
How did you get here so quickly?
I took the lift. Looking out from the hills of Scotland, Tristan spotted in the distance a dark cloud approaching.
Oh look, a dark cloud approaching.
Well done, darling, you delivered that line beautifully.
I know, didn't I just... Wait a second, that's no cloud. It has wings.
It's no cloud. Those are pigeons.
Yes, the pigeons had fled north to escape the wrath of AJ and Tristan, only to meet them once more. The ensuing fight was bloody, violent, and generally not very PG, making it very fortunate that this isn't a video. The minutes ticked by, and the slog went on, until finally, and much to the annoyance of the RSPB, our heroes emerged from the bloodied pile of feathers, victorious.
And so it was that in Scotland our fate was decided and our bond of brotherhood was tested.
The League of Theories was conceived, written and produced by Alex Jones and Nathan Thomas, featuring the voices of Stephen Holland as the narrator, Nathan Thomas as Tristan, and Alex Jones as AJ. Sound effects were provided from freesfx.co.uk or freesound.org, and music was provided from incomptech.com or composed and provided by Eric Fabrizi.
So wait, why did we need to go to Scotland? Couldn't we have finished the story in the original house?
Well, I thought you two could do with a holiday.
So why did you send us to Scotland?